The Madrid Centro project involves the restriction of non-resident vehicles from the central city zone. This is the oldest part of the city, including Plaza de Oriente, Puerta del Sol, and major streets such as Gran Via. Introduced in 2018, traffic restriction measures meant that the only vehicles allowed into the central zone were for residents who live in the area or for zero-emission delivery vehicles, taxis and buses. A fine of €90 is applied to all of the vehicles that enter the zone. Many of the main public squares and historic avenues have seen levels of traffic reduced dramatically. They are now much more attractive places for walking and cycling, and the public realm has been enhanced. The streets of central Madrid have been returned back to the pedestrian.
Behind me there is one of the main streets of the city, and during the 80s and 90s, main cars for crossing the city from the north of the south, taking this street. So part of the project was taking away cars. Another part of the project, of the rationale of the project, was recovering these spaces for population and for tourists and for all of us, developing more socialization and more healthy places in the city.
There have been major problems with political supports during implementation. For example, in 2019, when the new city mayor and president of the city region won their political campaigns, they included a promise to remove the traffic restrictions. Both were right-wing populist politicians promising to give freedom back to the city population and to allow all to drive wherever they chose. It was even suggested that late-night traffic jams were part of the city's identity. However, the politicians underestimated the support for the traffic management measures, and there was a public backlash and demonstrations when the traffic fines were suspended and street furniture and planting removed to reinstate car parking spaces. More than 10,000 people protested in the streets. The traffic restriction measures have proved popular with the public as the benefits of less traffic and reduced pollution became very evident.